Screen visible, though? Screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we were doing Fourier transform, and yesterday we learned some of the Fourier transform, some of the important functions which we require for finding inverse and for doing other problems also, and for that we have to remember them simply as formula. As we remember our formula, set of formulas, similarly we have to remember these functions and their corresponding transforms also. Now what are the functions? The first function was ft equal to e to the power minus at into h heaviside unit step function t minus 0. And what was its Fourier transform? Its Fourier transform was 1 by a minus is. That was the first function. E to the power minus at into h t minus 0. Monojit, what do you mean by h t minus 0? Monojit? First you tell me what is the name of this function, h t minus 0, or sometimes we write it as u t minus 0. What do you mean by this function? What is the name of this function, Monojit? Monojit? অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স কেটে দেবো কিন্তু আনসার না পেলে।
আওয়াজ আসছে না।
কার আওয়াজ আসছে না? আমার আওয়াজ শোনা যাচ্ছে না?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
হ্যাঁ মনোজিৎ, এবার আমাকে বলো। মনোজিৎ, what do you mean by h? What is the name of this function, h or u? What is the name of this function?
Unit step, ma'am. Unit step.
Unit step function. What do you mean by unit step function, Monojit? What do you mean by unit step function, Monojit? Unit step function. So what's the meaning of that? Unit step function? এটা কি বন্ধুরা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে উত্তর দেবে তারপরে তুমি আমাকে জানাবে, এরকম হবে নাকি? কে হেল্প করছে? কে অনুভব হেল্প করছে না কে হেল্প করছে এখানে? কাকে বলতে হচ্ছে মনোজিৎ? কার কাছে জিজ্ঞেস করতে হচ্ছে?
জিজ্ঞাসা করছে না।
আচ্ছা তাহলে তুমি আমাকে বলো তাহলে ইউনিট স্টেপ ফাংশনের মানে কি? Unit step function. So u t minus 0 or h t minus 0. It has got two values. Unit means 1. So it has got one value, 1, and the other value is 0 because it's an example of, it's the unit step function. Step function means discontinuous function. So u t minus 0 or h t minus 0, it has got two values. One is 1. This is for t greater equal to 0 and 0 for t less than 0. Ananya, how does the function look like? Ananya Bhattacharya, how does this function look like? If we want to draw the graph, how will the graph look like? Ananya?
Graph.
How is the graph of this function? Suppose this is your t and we are plotting u here. So for t greater equal to 0, the function value is 1. For t less than 0, the function value is 0. So how does the graph of the function look like? How is the graph of the function? Oishri, how is the graph of the function?
ম্যাম কোয়েশ্চেনটা আরেকবার বলুন, মানে ভ্যালুর জন্য 1 আর 0 এর
হ্যাঁ,
জন্য?
মানে গ্রাফটা কিরকম দেখতে হবে? The function is your unit step function. How does the graph look like? The function is this: 1 for t greater equal to 0 and 0 for t less than 0. 0 for
মানে
t less than 0 and 1 for t greater equal to 0. What will be the shape of the
হ্যাঁ
graph?
ম্যাম বলছি এটা কি
আহ,
ওপরের দিকে উঠে যাবে গ্রাফটা?
হ্যাঁ, উপরের দিকে
ওপরের
উঠে
দিকে
যাবে
উঠে
মানে
স্ট্রেট যাবে,
মানে স্টেপ
মানে
যাবে আর কি।
স্ট্রেট লাইন
1,
যাবে।
হ্যাঁ, straight যাবে from 1 for t greater equal to 0 the function value is 1,
হ্যাঁ, আর
and for less than 0
সিমিলারলি
the
ওয়ানটা
function
ইউনিট
লেস
স্টেপ
দ্যান 0
হবে।
হলে
functional value is
ওটা
0.
1 এর জন্য হ্যাঁ
So
বাঁ
there
দিকে
is a
যাবে।
gap at that point. At the point t equal to 0, the function value is 1. So this point is included, but there is a step jump of 1 unit. That is why we call it unit step function. Unit step function at the point t equal to 0. At the common point, that is t equal to 0, there is a jump discontinuity. There is a jump of 1 unit. That is why we call it unit step function, or another name is Heaviside unit function. Heaviside unit function, or simply unit step function, or Heaviside unit step function. Sometimes it is called Heaviside unit step function, or sometimes it is called Heaviside unit function, or unit step function. All are the name of the same function, ut minus 0 or ht minus 0. Similarly, if we write it as ut minus a, that means a is a positive number. That means starting from a onwards, the function value is 1. For t greater equal to a, the function value is 1. For t less than a, the function value is 0. In that case, the graph will be like this. Suppose a is this point. So starting from a onwards, the function value is 1. Before a, the function value is 0. This is the graph. Okay. So that is your Heaviside unit function. Now what we were doing, we were discussing about Fourier transform of some of the important functions. Now the first function is your e to the power minus at into h t minus 0. That means this is your e to the power minus at for t greater equal to 0 and 0 for t less than 0. And the Fourier transform of this function is 1 by a minus is. That is the first function whose Fourier transform we have to remember. Second function is your e to the power minus t square by 2. As I told you yesterday, this is of utmost importance. This is of maximum importance, and maximum application is there for this particular function and its Fourier transform. For e to the power minus t square by 2, the Fourier transform is given by root 2 pi into e to the power minus a square by 2. মনে রাখতে খুব একটা অসুবিধা হওয়ার কথা না, e to the power minus t square by 2. Here it is e to the power minus s square by 2. Along with that, we have this root 2 pi. Now the third function is e to the power minus a mod t. E to the power minus a mod t, where a is greater than 0. A is a positive constant. Its Fourier transform is given by twice a divided by a square plus s square. Twice a by a square plus a square. And the fourth one কম লাগে, তাও লাগে, minus e to the power 80 for t less than 0. Same function. Minus e to the power 80 for t less than 0. And e to the power minus 80 for t positive, and both are for a positive. This Fourier transform is given by twice is by a square plus s square. This is less important. যদি মনে না রাখতে চাও দেখো না, বাকি তিনটে you have to remember. These three you have to remember as standard formula. Okay. Now, so for the function e to the power minus 80 for t greater equal to 0 and 0 for t less than 0, the Fourier transform is 1 by a minus is. For the function e to the power minus t square by 2, the Fourier transform is root 2 pi into e to the power minus a square by 2. For the function e to the power minus a mod t, where a is positive constant, 2a divided by a square plus a square. Now let us move on to our problem. আমার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে হাতে করে করো, হ্যাঁ, না হলে বুঝতে পারবে না, হাতে করে করো। Problem. Let us find the Fourier transform of the function ft equal to, please do on your own, ft equal to 1 for mod t less equal to 1 and 0 for mod t greater than 1, and hence show that 0 to infinity sine x by x dx equal to pi by 2. Hence show that 0 to infinity sine x by x dx equal to pi by 2. Let us recall the formula for Fourier transform once again. Let us recall the formula. First of all, Fourier transform of any function is given by, Fourier transform of any function is given by what, Shoroji? Just tell me the formula, Shoroji.
Minus infinity থেকে plus infinity,
Minus infinity to plus infinity,
ft e to the power ist,
ft e to the power ist dt. This is the formula for Fourier transform of function ft, small ft, and we denote it by capital F as a function of small s. Because this is no longer t will be there, because we are integrating with respect to t and putting the limits from minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why the entire thing will be free from t. It will be only a function of s, where s is any real number. This is the Fourier transform small ft. Now, along with that, we have another formula that's for Fourier inversion. Fourier inversion is what? Fourier inversion of capital F of s. That is equal to, again, the same thing, minus infinity to plus infinity, capital Fs multiplied by, here it was e to the power plus ist. This time it will be e to the power minus ist. Their integration was with respect to t. This time it will be with respect to s. And just a minute.
ম্যাম আগে একটা 1
হ্যাঁ
বাই 2
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
পাই
বসাচ্ছি
হবে না?
বসাচ্ছি ডিফারেন্সটা বোঝানো।
ম্যাম একটা 1/2
হ্যাঁ, লিখছি এক সেকেন্ড। So this is your this is equal to integration minus infinity to plus infinity ft. In place of ft, now we are having fs. In place of e to the power ist, we are having e to the power minus ist. Integration was with respect to t. This time the integration is with respect to s. Along with that, we have a constant that is 1 by 2 pi. This is the formula for inversion of Fourier transform. We call it Fourier inverse transform.
√2 পাই হবে ম্যাম।
না root 2 pi হবে না, আমি বলছি। This is 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to plus infinity fs e to the power minus ist ds. Integration is now with respect to s, so this is free from s and it is a function of only t. Now, either we use this set of formula where here you are having no constant is 1, and in the inversion formula you are having the constant 1 by 2 pi. Either we will use this set of formula or we may use another set of formula, and that set of formula is what? That set of formula is Fourier transform of f of t equal to 1 by √2 pi minus infinity to plus infinity ft e to the power ist dt, and this is, say, capital F of s, and inversion is given by Fourier inversion capital F of s, that is equal to again 1 by √2 pi minus infinity to plus infinity capital Fs e to the power minus ist ds, that is your small f of t. Either we use this set of formula or use this set of formula. In the book, you will find they are using this set of formula. I will also use this set of formula. কেউ চাইলে এটা ব্যবহার করতেই পারো, কোনো প্রবলেম নেই। বাট ইফ ইউ লুক এট দ্য কমপ্লিট ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং বুকস না, দ্যাট ইজ গ্রেওয়াল, ক্রেজিগ, যেগুলোতে এরকম সেমিস্টার ভাগ করা নেই। তোমরা যেটা পড়ো দাসপাল পড়ো, তো দাসপালের সেমিস্টার ভাগ করা, বা গুরুপ্রসাদ সামন্ত, বা যেগুলোতে সেমিস্টার ওয়াইজ সিলেবাসটা দেওয়া আছে, তারা দেখবে ম্যাক্সিমাম এই ফর্মুলাটা দিয়ে করেছে। আর যেগুলো ইন জেনারেল টোটাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং সিলেবাসটা যারা কভার করে, ক্রেজিগ অর গ্রেওয়াল বা এই ধরনের যে সমস্ত বইগুলো আছে, দাস, DASH দাস, যে সমস্ত বইগুলো আছে, তারা এই ফর্মুলাটা ইউজ করে। যেটাই করো না কেন কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, যেটা ইউজ করতে চাও করতে পারো। আমি প্রথমটা করবো, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। ওই একটা কনস্ট্যান্টে কিছু এসে যায় না, জাস্ট মাথায় রাখবে যে ফর্মুলাটা ইউজ করবে সেই সেট অফ ফর্মুলা যেন থাকে। মানে দুটোর কনস্ট্যান্ট দুটো মাল্টিপ্লাই করে যেন ইউ শুড গেট 1/2 পাই after multiplying the constant means the term which are appearing before this integration sign. If you multiply these two constants, the result should be equal to 1/2 pi. Just remember this thing. Now whatever formula you want to apply, you may apply. Whichever you suits you, you may apply that one. Okay. Okay, now we were doing this problem. Ft was equal to Ft was equal to 1 for mod t less than equal to 1 and 0 for mod t greater than 1. Second part we will see afterwards. For the second part, we will have to use the Fourier inversion formula. For second part, not only for this problem, যে কোনো problem এইরকম find the Fourier transform of this, hence show that. ওই hence show part থাকা মানে, as in Fourier series also I have already told you, in Fourier series ওই hence show that ওইরকম একটা portion থাকার মানেই হচ্ছে you have to apply inversion formula, and if that is in form of square, in that case you have to apply Parseval's identity. Same thing applies for Fourier transform also. For Fourier transform also we'll be using the same concept. For finding the first part, that is find the Fourier transform of this function, we'll use the general formula. And for the second part, hence show that means you have to use the Fourier inversion portion. আর যদি স্কোয়ারের ফর্মে যায় তখন পার্সেভাল আইডেন্টিটি পরে করবো ওটা। আপাতত এটা let us start. Let's find the Fourier transform of this function. Ft equal to 1 for mod t less equal to 1 and 0 for mod t greater than 1. Now Fourier transform of small ft. That is we are using the first formula, first set of formula we are using. Okay, so Fourier transform of ft is minus infinity to plus infinity ft into e to the power ist dt. Now ft into e to the power ist dt. দুর্বা শুনতে পাচ্ছ?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ম্যাম বলুন।
দুর্বা আমাকে এই প্রথমটা একটু পরিষ্কার করে বলো তো। mod t less equal to 1, the functional value is 1. তার মানে
হ্যাঁ
t কত থেকে কত পর্যন্ত ফাংশনাল ভ্যালু 1 আর কত থেকে কত পর্যন্ত 0? mod t less equal to 1, functional value is 1. mod t greater than 1, function value is 0. তার মানে এটা একটু পরিষ্কার করে আমাকে বোঝাও।
ম্যাম দাঁড়ান বলছি। মানে একের থেকে ছোট হলে, মানে একের থেকে ছোট বা ইকুয়াল টু যখন হবে টিটা, তখন ভ্যালুটা 1 হবে, মানে নেগেটিভ পোরশনটা।
আস্তে আস্তে আগে আমি পজিটিভ নিই, দু রকমকে আলাদা আলাদা করে ভাগ করি। সাপোজ t is positive,
একের থেকে বড় হলে তো সেটা পজিটিভ হবে, তাহলে তো
একের থেকে বড় হলে পজিটিভ কেন হবে? সাপোজ t is positive, তাহলে এইবারে আমাকে এটা দেখে বলো ভ্যালু কিরকম। পজিটিভে কিন্তু অসুবিধা নেই, পজিটিভটা সোজাসুজি বলতে পারবে।
ম্যাম একের থেকে আচ্ছা পজিটিভ, ম্যাম বুঝতে পারছি না।
আচ্ছা 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 দাঁড়াও।
ম্যাম 0 to 1।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলো বলো কি বলছো বলো।
পজিটিভ হলে তো 0 to 1 হবে।
0 to, হ্যাঁ পজিটিভ হলে 0 to 1 হলে কি হবে? আচ্ছা আমি দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি, দেখো। mod t less equal to 1, the function value is 1.
ম্যাম মাইনাস 1 এর থেকে বড় হলে টিটা আর 1 এর থেকে ছোট হলে তখন 1 হবে।
হ্যাঁ 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 ঠিক আছে। -1 এর চেয়ে বড় হলে, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে আশিস, ঠিক আছে। আমি একটুখানি ভেঙে এখান থেকে দেখিয়ে দিই, কিন্তু আমরা ভেঙে করবো না, আমরা ডাইরেক্টলি we will be doing the problems directly, but for the time being just understand what I'm saying. Mod t, given that mod t less equal to 1, the functional value is 1. Suppose t is positive. If t is positive, then we don't have any problem. Just see t positive. T positive means t less equal to 1, the functional value is 1. Now suppose t is negative. T negative means what? T is having a negative value. So mod t less equal to 1. T is having a negative value. Mod t less equal to 1 means what? If we consider negative values, in that case, that means t should be পরমজিৎ, আমাকে এটা একটু বোঝাও তো। mod t, আশিস already বলেছে mod t less equal to 1, the functional value is 1. So how will you break this range? Minus infinity to plus infinity, how will you break this range?
-1 to
আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ -1 to 0 তে আমি যাব কেন? 0 তে তো আমার যাওয়ার দরকার নেই। আচ্ছা দেখো, this is equal to minus infinity to -1 ft dt, ft into e to the power ist dt, plus -1 to +1 ft into e to the power ist dt, plus 1 to infinity ft into e to the power ist dt. Given that for mod t less equal to 1, the functional value is 1. Mod t less equal to 1, that means what? T is less equal to 1. This is okay. And if we consider negative values, mod t less equal to 1 মানে কি? That means -1 less equal to t less equal to 1. এই জায়গাটা কি বোঝা যাচ্ছে? ডান দিকটা বুঝতে অসুবিধা হওয়ার কথা না। What about the left hand side? Is this understood? -1 less equal to t, is it understood? এই জায়গাটা কি বোঝা যাচ্ছে? For
আরেকবার বলুন।
mod t less equal to 1, the functional value is 1. Mod t less equal to 1. So if we consider mod t less equal to 1 means what? That means t less equal to 1. And আরেকটা কি দেখাচ্ছে? If we consider minus sign, that means minus t less equal to 1. Minus t less equal to 1. So t greater equal to -1. Okay. Mod t less equal to 1 means, আর যদি এটা বুঝতে অসুবিধা হয়, সোজা just forget about this and just a minute. If you have any problem in understanding that, because in most of the times you will come across in Fourier transform, in most of the times you will come across such type of expression. Most of the times you'll come across such type of expressions. So let us consider the values separately. Let us consider some of the values. After that, we'll generalize the expression. Suppose t is here. Suppose t equal to 0. Then what's the value? T equal to 0. T equal to 0 falls under which category? This. So functional value is 1. Suppose we are taking the value 0. T equal to 0. Functional value is 1. Now suppose t equal to say 2. T equal to 2. T equal to 2 means what? 2 is greater than 1. 2 is greater than 1. So the function value is 0. Here function value is 0. Here function value is 1. Now suppose t equal to half. Half means t value mod t is less than 1. So function value is 1. Suppose t equal to -half. T equal to -half. -half means key. So mod t is what? Mod of minus half, that is your half, which is less than 1. এই ক্যাটাগরিতে পড়ছে। So functional value is 1. Suppose t equal to minus 1/4. So mod t is 1/4. 1/4 means less than 1. So it falls under the first category, therefore functional value is 1. Suppose t equal to minus 2. T equal to minus 2 means mod of t, that is mod of minus 2, that is 2. 2 is greater than 1, the functional value is 0. বোঝা যাচ্ছে না আরেকবার বলবো?
বুঝতে পেরেছি।
Function is what? Function is your, given that function is equal to 1 for mod t less equal to 1. আজকে এটা ভালো করে বুঝে নাও, বারবার এই ধরনের প্রবলেম আসবে, আমরা ডাইরেক্টলি করব, আজকে ভালো করে বুঝে নাও। 1 for mod t less equal to 1 and 0 for mod t greater than 1. So let us take separate values. Let us take distinct values. Let us start with, say, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, then minus half, minus 1/3, 0, half, 1, half, 1/4, এগুলো আগে 1/4 আসতো, anyway, 1/4, then 1, 2, etc. Let us write down the values of the function separately. Minus 3, t is minus 3. Minus 3 means mod of t is greater than 1. Mod t is your 3. 3 is greater than 1. So functional value is 0. এটা শেষ হয়ে গেলে আরেকবার জয়েন করবে সেম লিংকে, আর একটু তাড়াতাড়ি করবে, হ্যাঁ? Now suppose minus 2, we consider minus 2. Minus 2 means if we consider mod of t is greater than 1, functional value is 0. Minus 1, so if you take mod value is equal to 1. For mod t less equal to 1, function value is 1. Minus half, its mod is half. Half is less than 1, function value is 1. Minus 1/3, mod is 1/3. 1/3 less than 1, function value is 1. 0, mod is less than 1, so function value is 1. Half nile 1, 1/4 এর জন্য 1, 1 এর জন্য 1 for 2. Greater than 1, so function value is 0. That means for minus 1 less equal to t less equal to 1, function value is 1. Otherwise it is 0. বোঝা গেছে এই জায়গাটা?